This lesson will discuss about the remainder theorem. Okay, let's solve this problem using synthetic division. P of x equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 8 divided by x plus 2. So, yung first step natin, we need to check kung ang ating power of x ay naka-descending order, tapos dapat kompleto. So, since kompleto naman, we have 2, 1, then 0, we can now write their coefficients dun sa ating first row ng ating synthetic division setup. So, we have 2, negative 4, and 8. Tapos, yung ilalagay natin dito, yung value ng c, yung additive inverse ng ating x minus c. So, ang additive inverse natin ng positive 2 is negative 2. So, yun yung ilalagay natin dito sa ating value of c. Then, next step, we need to bring down 2. Kailangan ilagay sa third row para siya yung maging unang coefficient sa third row. Then, proceed tayo sa next step. Multiply naman tayo ng c at saka yung 2. So, 2 times negative 2. Lagay natin sa second row. We have negative 4. Then, add natin tong dalawa. That is negative 8. And negative 8 times negative 2 is equal to 16. And 8 plus 16 is equal to 24. Ibig sabihin, 24 ang ating remainder at 2x minus 8 ang ating quotient base dito sa ilalim natin. Now, let's solve the same problem. This time naman, we need to evaluate p of x when x is equal to negative 2. Remember, yung negative 2 kanina, ito yung value or yung additive inverse nung c natin. So, same given, p of x equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. This time, dahil x should be negative 2, palitan natin lahat ng x ng negative 2 kagaya nito. So, that is p of negative 2 equals 2 times negative 2 raised to 2 minus 4 times negative 2 plus 8. So, pinalitan lang natin lahat yung x ng negative 2. And then, we need to simplify this so that we can solve for p of negative 2. So, next step is simplify natin tong negative 2 squared, that is equal to 4. And then, negative 4 times negative 2, that is 8. And then, syempre, bring down yung 8 dito. Next naman, 2 times 4 is 8. Tapos, bring down ang 8, bring down another 8. And then, simplify na to. 8 plus 8 plus 8, that is equal to 24. Ibig sabihin, ang p of negative 2 ay 24. Okay, let's try to solve this one again using synthetic division. We have p of x equals x raised to 4 minus 5x cubed plus 12x minus 7 divided by x minus 1. So, check muna natin kung naka-descending order yung power of x natin. We have 4, 3. Yun, nawawala yung 2 natin. We have 1 and then the constant. So, kapag i-write na natin siya sa first row ng ating synthetic division, kailangan natin mag-insert ng isang 0 dito para i-represent yung ating x raised to 2 o yung x squared natin. So, this is x raised to 4, x cubed, x squared, x, and the constant. So, we have 1, negative 5, 0, 12, and negative 7. Kung saan may nawawalang power of x, dun mag-insert ng 0. And the next additive inverse of negative 1 ay positive 1. Yun yung ilalagay natin dito sa value of c. Proceed tayo, bring down 1 sa third row. And then multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. Add negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Then add again. 0 plus negative 4 is negative 4. Multiply again. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Add again. 12 plus negative 4 is 8. And 8 times 1 is 8. And add again. Negative 7 plus 8 is equal to 1. So, since wala nang number dito sa right side, we can now stop the process. Ibig sabihin, yung 1 ngayon ang ating remainder. And ang ating quotient ay x cubed minus 4x squared minus 4x plus 8 plus 1 over x minus 1. Yan yung ating magiging quotient. Using the same problem kanina, evaluate p of x when x is equal to 1. So this time, we need to solve for p of x equals x raised to 4 minus 5x cubed plus 12x minus 7. Kailangan lang natin i-substitute yung value ng x which is equal to 1 or solve for p of 1 is equal to 1 raised to 4 minus 5 times 1 raised to 3 plus 12 times 1 minus 7. So, simplify lang natin yung 1 raised to 4 that is equal to 1. Then, 1 raised to 3 that is also 1. So, 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Then, 12 times 1 is 12. Then, bring down negative 7. Simplify. Since meron tayong subtraction and addition, kailangan mag-start tayo left to right para makuha yung answer. So, 1 minus 5 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 12 is 8 minus 7 is equal to 1. So, ang P of 1 natin is 1. So, the same answer dun sa na-solve natin kanina sa ating synthetic division. So, let's try to observe yung dalawang problem na sinolve natin kanina. Yung una is yung nag-divide tayo ng 2x squared minus 4x plus 8 divided by x plus 2. Ang naging answer natin or naging remainder natin dito sa pag-divide is 24. Yun din, 24 ang na-solve natin nung nag-solve tayo ng p of negative 2. The same yung kanilang answer. So, that is 24. Yung pangalawa naman, nung nag-divide tayo ng x raised to 4 minus 5x cubed plus 12x minus 7, sa x plus 1, ang naging remainder ay 1. Yun din yung naging sagot nung nag-solve tayo ng p of negative 1 using this same function. Dito na papasok ang ating tinatawag na remainder theorem. Thus, there are two ways to find the remainder when p of x is divided by x minus c. So, meron daw tayong two ways para ma-solve yung ating remainder. First is using synthetic division. Sa synthetic division, yung pinaka-last digit or yung last coefficient sa third row, yun yung ating remainder. Another one is to evaluate p of x at a given value of x. So, kukunin mo muna yung additive inverse ng x minus c, yun yung isa-substitute mo sa value ng x para makuha mo yung remainder ng isang p of x. So, from the observation a while ago, we have the remainder theorem. Pag sinabing remainder theorem, if a polynomial p of x is divided by x minus c, the remainder is the constant p of c. And, base dun sa ating algorithm, we have p of x is equal to q of x times d of x plus r. Ibig sabihin, ito yung ating dividend, ito yung ating quotient at divisor, at saka yung remainder. So, pag minultiply mo daw yung quotient at saka yung divisor, tas inad mo yung remainder, that is equal to the polynomial function o yung ating dividend. So, dividend equals quotient times divisor plus remainder. Yun yung ibig sabihin nito. So, yung ating proving if the divisor d of x is a linear polynomial, x minus c, then p of x equals q of x times x minus c plus r. Ito yung magiging divisor natin, yung d of x. So, kapag ang value ng x or if x is equal to c, then we have p of c equals q of c times c minus c plus r. So, dahil yung x papalitan na natin ngayon ng c, magiging q of c tapos c minus c plus r. So, pagdating dito sa c minus c, ang mangyayari magiging 0 na siya. So, pag minultiply siya sa quotient, ang matitira na lang is the remainder. So, 0 plus r is the remainder. So, ibig sabihin, pag sinolve mo yung p of c, ang matitira ay remainder. Yan yung proving ng ating remainder theorem. Okay, let's try to solve this using synthetic division. What is the remainder when x cubed minus 3x squared plus 7x plus 13 is divided by x minus 2? So, una, i-check muna natin kung naka-descending yung power of x at saka kung kompleto. We have 3, 2, 1, then 0. So, since kompleto, pwede na natin i-write yung mga coefficient. We have 1, negative 3, 7, and 13. The next additive inverse ng negative 2, that is positive 2. Yun yung ilalagay dito sa ating C. Next step, bring down natin yung 1 sa baba or sa third row. Then multiply. 1 times 2 is 2. Add negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Then add ulit 7 plus negative 2, that is 5. Multiply ulit. 5 times 2 is 10 and 13 plus 10 is equal to 23. Ibig sabihin 23 ang ating remainder dito sa given na to using synthetic division. Okay, next, let's solve our problem number 1 when x is equal to 2. What is the remainder when x cubed minus 3x squared plus 7x plus 13 is divided by x minus 2? So, yung gagamitin nating value of x ay positive 2 dahil ang additive inverse ng ating x minus c dito is positive 2. So, we need to solve for p of 2. Lahat ng x dun sa given function ay papalitan natin ng 2. Ayan, napalitan na siya. Then, simplify. Simplify natin. 2 cube is equal to 8. That is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And then, 2 squared or 2 times 2 is 4. Then, 7 times 2 is 14. Then, bring down 13 lang. Next naman is yung parenthesis muna dito. So, 3 times 4, that is equal to 12. Or negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Yan, para ma-include natin yung sign. Then, simplify tayo. We have subtraction and addition na lang natitira. So, start tayo from left to right. We have 8 minus 12 is negative 4 plus 14 is 10 plus 13 is equal to 23. So, ibig sabihin yung P of 2 natin is 23. Same answer yung nakuha natin na remainder using synthetic division. Okay, let's solve our second example using synthetic division. First, what is the remainder when 9x squared plus 3x plus 5 is divided by 3x plus 1? So, yung una natin gagawin ay i-check kung naka-arrange yung ating power of x at saka kung kompleto. So, medyo kompleto naman. We have 9x squared plus 3x plus 5, 2, tsaka 1, and constant. Then, next yung ating divisor. Yung divisor natin, ang leading coefficient niya ay hindi pa 1. So, gawin natin siyang 1. Or we need to solve for x na lang. So, we need to solve for x. Ang gagawin natin is yung 3x plus 1 or yung divisor natin, equate natin sa 0. Then, we need to solve for x. So, that is equal to 3x is equal to negative 1. So, lipat lang natin tong positive 1 sa kanan, magiging negative 1 na siya. And then, divide both sides by 3. That is equal to 1/3 na. Negative 1/3. So, cancel na natin yung 3 dito. So, x is equal to negative 1/3. So, yun yung magiging value ng ito, yung negative 1/3 natin. Siya yung magiging value of c natin na isusulat dito sa ating division or synthetic division setup. So, we have negative 1/3 dito. And then, we can now write the coefficients of our dividend. We have 9, 3, and 5. Yan. So, yung first step natin is i-bring down na natin yung 9 sa third row. Then, proceed tayo sa multiplication. 9 times 1/3. So, kapag 9 times 1/3 or negative 1/3, mag-over 1 tayo dito. So, pwede na tayo mag-cross cancellation. Yung 9 tsaka 3, divisible both by 3. So, 9 divided by 3, cancel na natin siya. That is 3. And 3 divided by 3 is 1. Then, proceed tayo. Multiply. 3 times negative 1 equals negative 3. Then, 1 times 1 is 1. So, 3 over 1 or negative 3 ang ilalagay natin dito. So, 3 plus negative 3 is equal to 0. Then, 0 times negative 1/3 is equal to 0. Then, 5 plus 0 is equal to 5. So, ibig sabihin, ang remainder ng ating given function ay 5. So, from our example number 2, we need to solve when x is equal to negative 1/3. What is the remainder when 9x squared plus 3x plus 5 is divided by 3x plus 1? So, from 3x plus 1 kanina na sinolve na natin, in-equate natin sa 0, ang value ng x natin is negative 1/3. It means we need to solve for p of x equals 9x squared plus 3x plus 5 if x is equal to negative 1/3. So, solve natin siya. we have p of negative 1/3 is equal to 9 times negative 1/3 squared plus 3 times negative 1/3 plus 5. Then, simplify natin yung exponent. We have 9 times negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. 3 times 3 is 9. And then, dito naman, lagyan lang natin ng denominator yung 3 na whole number. So, that is 1. Then, we can now proceed to cancellation. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 also is 1. Then, 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Then, bring down natin yung 5. Dito naman, same process. Lagyan lang natin ng denominator ulit, yung whole number. So, that is 1. Then, we can proceed to cross cancellation. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Same sa denominator, 9 divided by 9 is 1. Then, 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Then, bring down natin yung negative 1 at saka positive 5. 1 plus negative 1 is 0. The plus 5 is equal to 5. So, yung answer natin is the same dun sa na-solve natin kanina. So, that is equal to 5. Now, let's have example number 3. What is the remainder when 5x raised to 98 minus 7x raised to 5 minus 15 is divided by x plus 1? In this problem, mas advisable na gamitin yung p of x. Kasi nga naman, 98 yung exponent natin. Alangan naman na magsulat tayo ng coefficient simula 98 pababa hanggang constant. So, sobrang dami. Kaya kunin na lang natin yung additive inverse ng ating x plus 1 or yung positive 1 para maging value of x natin. So, that is p of negative 1. So, this time, we're going to solve for p of negative 1. That is equal to 5 times negative 1 raised to 98 minus 7 times negative 1 raised to 5 minus 15. So, mabilis lang naman to i-simplify kasi ang technique lang is kapag ang negative 1 ay na-raise mo sa even number, kagaya nito, even number yung 98 natin, even number ibig sabihin divisible sa 2. So, kapag divisible sa 2 yung exponent ng negative 1, ang answer natin ay magiging positive 1. Kapag naman ni-raise mo sa odd number yung negative 1, kagaya nito, 5 is an odd number, ibig sabihin hindi siya divisible sa 2, ang magiging answer pa rin is negative 1. So, minus 15, di ba? Napakasimple lang. Then, simplify tayo. 5 times 1 is 5. Negative 7 times negative 1 is positive 7. Then, bring down natin yung negative 15. Then, simplify dahil addition tsaka subtraction. From left to right tayo. So, 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. And 12 minus 15 is equal to negative 3. So, ibig sabihin, yung final answer natin o yung remainder natin is negative 3. Let's solve for example number 4. Determine the value of k so that the remainder is 13 when 2x cubed plus kx squared minus 4x minus 3 is divided by x plus 2. So, yung una natin kailangan i-solve dito is yung value ng c natin. Since meron na tayong x plus 2, which is our divisor, makakukuha natin yung c sa pamamagitan ng pagkuha ng additive inverse ng positive 2, which is negative 2. So, dito sa problem na to, mas advisable na gamitin natin yung p of x. So, we need to solve for p of negative 2 para mas mabilis mag-solve. Then, copy natin yung function. We have 2x cubed plus kx squared minus 4x minus 3. So, base doon sa ating remainder theorem, alam na natin na ang value ng p of negative 2 ay yung remainder, which is 13. So, palitan lang natin siya ng 13. That is equal to 2. Tapos, substitute tayo ng x, which is negative 2 cube plus k times negative 2 squared minus 4 times negative 2 minus 3. Then, simplify. Copy yung 13. Simplify natin yung negative 2 cube, that is equal to negative 8 kasi negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And then, copy yung k, then negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Minus or magiging plus na yan kasi negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8 minus 3. Then, simplify. Bring down ulit yung 13. 2 times negative 8, that is equal to negative 16. K times 4 is 4k. And then, 8 minus 3 is positive 5. Then, simplify na natin ulit. 13 equals, unahin natin yung 4k. Simplify na natin yung constant. Negative 16 plus 5 is negative 11. Then, transpose tayo ng negative 11 dito sa left side. So, magiging positive na siya. That is equal to 4k. And then, 13 plus 11, that is 24, equals 4k. And then, divide both sides by 4 para ma-solve na natin yung k. Cancel na dito yung 4. Then, 24 divided by 4 is 6. So, yung value ng x natin, or ng k rather, ay 6. So, we have k is equal to 6. Ang magiging value na niya dito, magiging 6 na siya. So, ang final answer, 2x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4x minus 3. Kapag dinivide sa x plus 2, ang remainder ay magiging 13 na. Let's solve our fifth problem. Find p of x when the polynomial is divided by 2x plus 1. The quotient is x squared minus x plus 4 and the remainder is 3. So, dito ang nawawala is yung p of x o yung dividend natin. So, according to division algorithm, meron tayong p of x is equal to q of x multiplied by d of x plus the remainder. So, ibig sabihin, yung function ng ating dividend is equal to function ng ating quotient times the function of the divisor plus the remainder. So, para ma-solve natin yung function ng ating dividend, i-substitute na natin dito yung function ng ating quotient, which is x squared minus x plus 4. And then, multiply natin sa divisor, which is 2x plus 1. And add na natin yung ating remainder, which is 3. Then, simplify. So, imumultiply natin to yung trinomial tsaka binomial using distributive property. Start tayo dito. X squared times 2x. That is 2x cubed. X squared times 1. That is equal to x squared. Then, negative x times 2x. That is negative 2x squared. Then, negative x times 1 is negative x. Then, 4 times 2x is positive 8x. Then, 4 times 1 is positive 4. Then, bring down natin yung 3. Next, simplify. Combine like term. Bring down natin yung 2x cubed kasi wala namang cube na exponent dyan. Next, add natin yung x squared at saka negative 2x squared. So, that is negative x squared. Add naman natin yung negative x saka 8x. That is positive 7x. Then, add natin yung 4 and 3. That is equal to positive 7. So, ibig sabihin, yung ating p of x is equal to 2x cubed minus x squared plus 7x plus 7. Yan na ngayon yung ating p of x.